Three. Good afternoon. This is Peter Ripley of the Ripley Report, and today I am here with prosecuting attorney Mark Nichols. And Mark, I want to thank you, Mark, for allowing me this time to have a chat with you today. And first question about you. What would you, since you came into office, what was your biggest accomplishments, you would say?
So thanks for allowing me to spend a few minutes with you. And I think by way of probably the accomplishments that I'm most proud of, coming into office and helping to improve office morale, stabilize the workforce, has been one of the key features of my administration to date. I spend quite a bit of time working with the employees of the office, developing them as assets, and as an elected and as their direct supervisor, providing them with the resources they need to deliver the service to the citizens of Clallam County. And so it's been one of the true pleasures of the job to walk in now and to see folks commingling, having a fun time, doing very difficult work, sometimes under very difficult circumstances, with extraordinarily difficult subject matter. And by that I mean when you're dealing with, say, a child sex abuse case, it's tragic subject matter. There's nothing funny about it at all. But the folks here have found a way to focus on the mission at hand and do the work with an upbeat, positive attitude. And that's in part due to the effort of management here to create a happy, healthy workplace where they can do their jobs well for the citizens. Separate and distinct from that accomplishment, the governmental consolidation with the cities of Port Angeles and Sequim has been a grand success to date. We plan on keeping it that way. I'm very proud of that because it's a demonstration of how regionalization service is possible, can occur here in Clallam County, and I hope that it's the first of its kind in a regionalization effort between local governments, because I think that too will be value added for our citizenry. And then last but not least, I think simply having the opportunity to outreach to the public, and I'm speaking in terms of public education and outreach, has been something that I find very enjoyable. I really look forward to. It doesn't matter if it's Neighborhood Watch, which is something that I participate in with great frequency, be it with the Sheriff's Department or Port Angeles Police Department, or perhaps another public outreach effort. That can be through local radio, for example, just meeting with a citizen group, meeting with the tribal council. But there's a number of different ways through which I'm able to outreach in the community, spend time with our citizens, and that's really value added for me because it allows me to do a better job of keeping my thumb on the pulse of where our community is on the broad range of issues that the prosecutor's office is charged with dealing with.
Okay.
So that's my short answer as an attorney.
That's good. That's good. During the work session meeting this morning, which was long, you were talking about something about a deputy prosecuting attorney. Want to care to make mention on that? Make comment on that?
Are you talking about in connection with the outsourcing of the collective bargaining council?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So I'd be glad to. I think you're talking about a reference I made to employing a special deputy appointment and using that in connection with any outside attorney who's hired by the county to provide collective bargaining advice. The special deputy authorization is something that is different from a normal deputy prosecutor appointment. And so the people who work here in the office, they are your standard run-of-the-mill Title 36 deputy prosecutors. Again, separate and distinct from a regular deputy prosecutor, for lack of a better characterization. The law recognizes in Title 36 also the existence of a special deputy. Special deputies are commonly used by prosecutors because the act of conferring a special deputy appointment upon an outside attorney it creates a nexus between the prosecutor and that counsel. It allows them to practice in the jurisdiction on behalf of the state, but it simultaneously cures any conflict issues that might attach to the prosecutor in person. And so my point this morning in work session was that when we're dealing with collective bargaining issues, for the reasons I discussed, Clallam County has a multi-decade history of outsourcing collective bargaining legal counsel. And that's because it'd be very difficult for me or for the attorneys in my office to establish a rapport with all of our elected official and appointed department head clients, and then come bargaining time, be potentially seated across the table with their employment unions, negotiating terms of employment. And to be clear, I think if money were no object, there wouldn't be a problem here. But the reality is that the state of Washington, the county of Clallam, the cities, all are very sensitive to spending issues. Money is not immeasurable. We need to recognize that at times there will be bargaining cycles where tough decisions need to be made. And so having the prosecutor involved as counsel makes it very difficult to have them also maintain a rapport during the remainder of the time with their client groups. So we outsource the representation. But because the private sector firms who provide collective bargaining counsel don't necessarily practice as public sector attorneys, they may not be sensitive to public sector policy considerations in the same way that elected prosecutors are. They may not know much about our local community, and as an elected official here by the constituents of our county, it's my business to stay up to speed on what's on people's minds here, what's a priority at the local level, notwithstanding what might be a priority at the state or federal level. So the special deputy tool, in short, is one that I use to provide authority for someone to practice here, essentially on behalf of the county. It allows me to provide input on the public policy front, particularly if I feel that something's not being incorporated into a discussion. And then last but not least, I'm a true supporter in trying to beat these costs down, recognizing that every time the county employs an outside attorney, even if for very good reason, there's a corresponding cost associated. And so I've been fairly aggressive in working with the board to try to work with outside counsel and incorporating cap fee agreements so that we're not dealing with unlimited ballooned costs, but instead can anticipate and control expenditures of public monies.